I want to know what happened. Okay, so we're starting off. Jimmy Tells All, Kid Nation exclusive. The continuation of his retelling of Kid Nation. The interview with Jimmy, the chosen one. The one who did the smart thing and got the fuck out of that desert. Honestly, that was a smart thing to do. He talked sense when he said, "I'm way too young for this." I'm like, yeah, no shit. Half of you are. There's one kid who's 9 years old who is older than you by just 1 fucking year. He's still young for this, and he decided to stay. But I'm pretty sure the other kids peer pressured him, because Jimmy was being peer pressured to stay too. So now we're gonna see his side, like his experience, his role in all of that, and how he got there, or what happened after he left. I don't know. Those shows usually have like NDAs where you can't say shit. And if he's appearing there, that means that shit is like void now. So this will be fun. We're going to watch the continuation of the other video.
Hello, my hair is getting so large it is acquiring its own gravity field and or sentience. This video is brought to you by
He's wearing a hat.
The Ridge Wallet.
He's a hatisan,
That's
guys.
Right, the wallet
He's
that holds
part
up to
of
12
us.
cards as well as cash.
When you wear a hat,
with over
you're a
30,000
hatisan.
5-star reviews and a lifetime warranty to boot, they're the last wallet you'll ever have to buy. And best of all, they've got over 30 colors and styles to choose from, so you can pick the one that's right for you.
I've always wanted one.
So if you're still using a
They look
bulky old
interesting.
wallet like this, why don't you head over to ridge.com/JonTron and use code JonTron to save yourself 10% and get free worldwide shipping and returns. And not to mention, this beauty makes a perfect gift.
It hasn't been
for
like
Father's Day.
a priority
It's
or a
just coming up.
necessity, because my
Don't
wallet
be a
still
bad
works.
son or daughter.
The money doesn't fall out.
Last time,
But I
on
have been
JonTron,
interested in getting a Ridge wallet.
John took a plunge into the world of Jonathan Kosh and Kid Nation. Today, we catch up with Jimmy from New Hampshire to find out if he's still 8 years old and to ask the hard-hitting questions. If you haven't watched part 1,
He's probably traumatized
do
from
so
8 years
now,
old.
or I'll scream. Link in the description below.
What may have seemed like the ending there was really just the beginning for us. We had to get down to the bottom of what actually happened at Kid Nation. And I'm very pleased to announce we have a very special guest joining us here today. So everyone, please put your hands together for Jimmy Flynn! Sorry, we gotta take precautions here. All right, just gonna spray you down first, Jimmy. All right, sorry about
poor
this.
guy.
It's real good. Okay, let's go.
He was most
All right, Jimmy, just
likely
come on over this
aware
way.
that was going to
Have
happen.
a seat over there. Thanks again for coming on.
Of course, it's an honor, John.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Trust me. Look at you. You're all grown up. You're a big boy now.
Yep.
The fuck are you laughing at? You think this is funny? This isn't funny. This is serious.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That was a complete 180. Look at you, you're all grown up. Ha 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 ha. Stop fucking laughing. Oh my god. That was a complete change of personality. Man, this guy's fucking, I don't know, he probably has some kind of like I don't know, like unhinged side of him too. I haven't seen a lot of his content. I really haven't. I only know him from the edits that people use in their videos. The what the fuck? I only know him from that.
Child abuse. What happened to you? It's great to have you here. Can I offer you
His
anything,
awkward
before we
face.
start? Jimmy,
Like,
crack you a
fuck.
can of Bush's baked beans?
What did I get myself into?
Nice. Sorry. This should hydrate you before we. Oh shit! Oh my god, I'm sorry. So this is the real Jimmy. This is the real. He's really here. This
It
is
got
him.
on him. Poor guy.
Jimmy, we have a lot of questions for you. I'm sure everyone watching at home, I'm sure everyone is curious. I'm curious. We're all curious, but we want to get the real scoop from somebody who's really there. You say your memory's a bit fuzzy then, right?
Yeah, it was 13 years ago, so a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah, so you were 8 then, and you are 21 now? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just tell us, what we
Oh
really want to know is,
shit.
was
28.
it as real as it looks?
He's older than me.
So people didn't. So they didn't know.
As real as it looked. Now? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Years ago, so.
I'm sorry.
fuzzy.
I want to
yeah,
hear
so
it again.
You were 8 then, and you are 21 now?
Oh, 21. Okay.
So just tell us, what we really want to know is,
I thought he was older. I heard 28. I guess that's on me. I was actually gonna get scared. I thought, fuck, wait. Is Wonderland crossing over to this world? Is that why he's older while I'm younger? But no. I'm still much, much older. Well, I'm only like 500 years old, so I guess in human standards, I'm older, and in, like, Hatter standards, I'm still older. But
Was it as real as it looks?
So people didn't. So when they say no adults, I mean they meant no parents. Obviously, there's cameramen and stuff. People thought there was no cameraman.
yeah, of course.
That's what I was saying. I figured the cameraman wasn't like a toddler.
I wasn't a robot. Yeah.
A robot, or I wouldn't even think of robot. I was thinking like a toddler, but. Wait. So yeah, there's adults manning the stations, the cameras and stuff.
And every now and then they would dictate some things you did. Like I found so I was on the poor team. Okay.
The poor team. You mean like the labor class?
Yeah.
Do we have that down here? See?
Poor team.
There you were. Child feudalism. That's you down there. See? You were there.
Yep, I see that. Mm-hmm.
You were right there in the labor class.
I was one of the damn Jets.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, so you go on.
So we got like, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 buffalo nickels, which was the currency.
Buffalo nickels.
Buffalo
just
nickels.
Silver with buffaloes on them.
Yeah, fair enough. Currency of the Old West.
And I spent all my money in the candy shop and on root beer. I was
Yeah, I would have done the same
you were going
thing.
To,
to be
Payday
honest.
Advance, like right after that, weren't you? You were trying to get a welfare check.
Yeah, I wanted.
You were waiting in the unemployment line.
Yeah, I was, and so I didn't have any money, but like for the most part, I spent all of it, and then
you gotta save, Jimmy. Come on.
I didn't know what saving was. I didn't.
I'm way too young for this.
Way too young for this.
Some of the cameramen were like, "Oh, look what we found here," and they would kick some dirt and be like, "Oh, it's a buffalo nickel. You should pick it." But they planted it probably.
Oh, they just would like throw you more money.
Yeah.
So was it a real functioning economy? I mean, to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, like I would go. I didn't even know we had a general store. I didn't know that. They didn't communicate that with us. I just knew that there was a candy store and a soda shop.
It sounds like they didn't clue you in on much then.
Yeah, I also probably wasn't listening very well because I was 8 and I don't listen.
Jimmy, come on.
Did they give you, like, no kid listens.
That wasn't shown, or did you really have to eat what they cooked?
So for the most part, we ate what they cooked, and they had like it was horrible.
What the kids cooked?
Yeah, it was shit. It was horrible.
Yeah. So they really weren't feeding you. You had to feed.
Yeah. So usually that's how it is. Like, remember what I told you in the other video where I said that the guy was I don't remember his stupid name, but the guy was basically asking them, "So, how are you feeling?" Uncomfortable, but as far as I've felt it, it's been so comfortable in my own cozy RV with my own amazing food. Yeah, they usually get like shitty food. Contestants usually get shitty food. They usually get like horrible, like dry, bland, canned, soggy food, while the hosts and the ones who are the presenters like get the best meals possible.
Feed yourselves.
To my memory, they fed us one time, and it was after the big.
One of the kids started to look real pale, like
after
they passed out.
French foot. No, after the big event, we came back, and there was no time to cook because we did the event. And we were all like freezing because it was very cold. Oddly enough, it's cold in New Mexico at night, and so they fed us, and it was this. I didn't like vegetables very much, but I remember it was a weirdly cooked chicken breast, and then like this purple. I'm assuming it's cabbage now, but I didn't know what it was at the time.
Some purple substance.
It was purple stuff, and it wasn't good.
Oh my god!
I did not eat very well. Because other than that, we had the whole dusty pancakes and molasses syrup.
So they they just said,
that's so disgusting.
Children, make your own food, really eat it, and stay alive. And there's no problem with this.
One of the intervention they had people just walk around making sure you're hydrated. Because they couldn't have people passing out, so
okay, that'd be bad for ratings.
Yeah, they had this one assistant who was always giving me Gatorade. Oh, and they gave us this dust.
Oh my god!
Teeth. You had like little.
What?
You do this and you
could have just picked it off the ground. Dust?
Well, it wasn't dust. It was a little canister
Gatorade.
Powder
That's how bad it was.
Rub on your teeth and then spit.
I guess the main question is, to what degree was that really like just you versus the elements? How much intervention was there?
There was enough just to get us by, but other than that, I didn't think there was a whole lot. Because like I said, okay, so when I'm sleeping, I had a mattress that was probably this thick, and then a blanket that was the thickness of this carpet.
What? They really did that to you?
I'm like, and then my pillow, I didn't have one, so I used my red puffy coat. I'd puff it up and use it as a pillow. And I had long hair, so I got cut in the zipper a few times.
So, I can understand that. When I used to work at my old job, I had enough to move out and start my own cozy little, uh, you know, home for myself. Yeah, so I started basically working, and I had enough money, and I scrounged up because I wanted to move out. I've always loved having my little space and having my own like peace and silence and something that can belong to me. So when I had enough money, I moved out. And you know what? I didn't take into account that I should have probably saved up a bit more to get like furniture, a stove, a fridge, and maybe a bed and a fan. So so there you see Wunder moving out into his own peaceful like land, his own little wonderland, and I enter my home with all my shit. I place it, and then I wonder, wait, is this it? Is this really it? How am I supposed to do this? Because I didn't have a bed. I didn't have a pillow. I didn't have a fridge, a stove. I didn't have a fan. It was hot as fuck. Like, I remember just entering and being hit with a hot like breeze. Not even that cool breeze. No, it was hot as fuck. The opening the windows didn't help at all. So him mentioning like that little thin mattress, I had to buy a mattress that thin, and it was more like some kind of like this thin like sheet for the floor, for like this thin futon, and I had to sleep on that shit for like a while before I got my bed right. And it was crazy. I had to literally grab like one of my suitcases and use it as a pillow. And then when my mother realized that I kind of fucked up, she would bring me food, and I would just like leave the Tupperware like on the side hidden so she could pick it up, or I could just give it back to her later on in the week if she didn't need it. So yeah, so Wonder here, your favorite Mad Hatter, fucked up. So here's a lesson. Don't move out unless you have enough money for the basic shit that you need to fill the house, or else you're gonna sleep on the fucking floor like me.
Wait, so but that must have been like legitimately scary for you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
I also shared it with like 4 or 5 other boys I just met.
So there was no way out of it until the first town hall meeting, right?
Yeah, you were forced for the first 4 days.
Because I love how they're like, don't worry, this isn't some kind of crazy show. You can get off. Just you gotta wait like 2 weeks. Like that's really what they did, right? So that's not fake. You couldn't elect out.
Not that I mean, if I really like threw a tantrum, they probably wouldn't. But
Suppose you could have run in a different direction until nobody found you.
They had like a wall of like security people like really far off to like make sure that no weird people or no animals like
No weird people.
It was like hands across
Yeah,
America.
a town full of
That was
kids?
called the thing in the movement
I'm not sure.
or something like that. But they literally had people like surrounding the
A
town.
chain link like
They
this?
weren't
Holding
literally
hands?
chained, but they looked like they were.
I think I'd be concerned if a weird man just showed up
Yeah,
at the border of,
yeah.
of a random ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah, a town full of kids is the wet dream of every single like high-end pervert. You cannot. You know what? I wonder, and I'm sorry for wondering this, but when the show was announced, how many like weirdos actually thought, a town full of kids, and went all Herbert the pervert? I can just imagine like them thinking it's literally just a town full of kids, but it's still
So wait, yeah, no.
It's
Did
still
you, like, were there
odd.
scorpions in there?
I never saw a scorpion. I saw jackrabbits.
A jackrabbit. That's
And
terrifying.
I tried to murder them.
Oh, I
Sorry, Peter. I mean, like,
to a certain degree, you can't get all the scorpions
oh my
out of the
god.
area.
I don't
Kids
know
are
if they
so
put down
fucking
the
cruel,
scorpion
man.
repellent,
Pesticide bomb it?
But I didn't see anything.
Did anybody see any critters that were dangerous?
Not that I know of. I think that's what the people. When we were out like jackrabbit hunting, we weren't really far off the area, but like we had obviously people like accompany us. We saw this. I remember seeing like cows and bulls, but they were tagged, so they like belonged to a farm. They weren't wild.
Just wild
They weren't.
cows.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't even know if there are wild cows. But
Very dangerous and a bit rude, if I'm being honest. No, but the thing is, right? Because I was wondering. I was like, because they're making you sleep in these dusty old cabins with like, you know, probably space between the floorboards, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you didn't come across any.
I wasn't there very long, so maybe there's some.
I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone else. If anyone else from Kid Nation knows if there were critters in or around your area, I want to know. That was a legitimate thing that I was wondering about. So you had to feed yourselves. You really were pretty much open to the elements. Like, was it insulated? Was it cold at night in there?
Oh, it was freezing. It was really cold.
It's the fucking desert. Of course it's freezing.
I shivered every night.
You shivered.
Yes.
They really genuinely put because the thing is, I'm just trying to figure out where the line between reality TV and they really are putting a kid in nature.
It was pretty. All right, so we had these crappy old houses, and then they stuffed like 6 of us in there. Tiny thin mattresses, very thin blankets. In the middle of the night in Mexico, it's freezing. I'd have to wear like full clothing. I wouldn't be able to go in like PJs. I had.
Oh my god, poor kids.
Sweatpants and
Oh
stuff.
my god,
I feel
those
like
poor
there were a couple
children.
times at camp like
They
that,
froze.
It was always like a little bit monitored. On the bus when you were all coming in.
Yes.
Did they tell you where you were going?
No, that bus ride was like 2 hours, and we had no idea. I remember I was just in. So we were staying at some random New Mexico hotel, and I was on the bus. I remember just like I was on the window seat, and I was like looking out the window. And I saw my mom and my sister, and we just like drove away, and I was like, shit, this is real. And then like, wow, I have no. And then we drove forever, and they never told it. They were like,
whose idea was it for you to get on this show?
go on the show. I think it was like my mom's. I mean, like I was kind of interested in acting when I was little, and so I auditioned for this, like the new role. But
You weren't gonna have to do any acting.
Little did I know. And so they went to an audition in Boston.
That's so
like,
fucked
they were
up
like,
because
"You're
it's
too young."
true.
And that was when I was 7, so it was a year
Oh.
before. And then the next year they were like, oh, I guess I still liked me, so they were like, you're 1 year older, so you're better now.
Well, they called your mom up and said, we got the perfect role for him. We're gonna strand him in a random location. You can't come.
Yes.
If you call the police, we'll come for you. We have people. You gotta call from like an acting agency to your mom, and you were trying to do acting. You weren't like, I'm so ready for this social experiment.
Yeah, I was more into the playing a character and being in a nice movie set like this or something, and then
You didn't know. Thank you, by the way, for saying this
Instead-
is a nice movie set here in my actual basement. No, but it is pretty sick, though, isn't it, guys? It's a sick movie set. Yeah. No, but yeah. So you weren't trying to get in a social experiment. Like, did you
Nah,
know
it's
that
not
it was gonna
sick. He
be,
couldn't say
like,
something.
real, or did you think this
He
was gonna
just
be fake?
shrugged.
Like, what was the when you got off the bus? Did everybody suddenly realize it's more real than they thought?
I mean, I went in with like a whole different idea. Like I was like, oh, I want to be like coolest kid.
Oh.
Basket. I'm gonna have a fun time. Like I was expecting it to be more like an adventure. Like it's gonna be fun.
Right.
No
Like-
parents. Let's like drink root beer until like midnight. No one can tell us our bedtime kind of thing. I was like, oh, this is great. I got there. It was horrible.
Right. If I were a kid, I think I would think the same thing. Like, did you have any concept at that age?
Yeah,
of,
everyone
like,
wants to be like
it's
the leader,
reality TV,
the
but it's
kid
probably
everyone
not gonna be,
hangs
like,
out with.
Totally real.
So I grew up watching Survivor. Like my parents and my
Right.
family would always watch it, and that seems very authentic. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a kid Survivor, but like there was a decent amount of intervention, and I think it was mainly because it was just like everywhere you turn there was a camera. It's something you don't really realize when you're watching. Is that when
Right.
you're actually there? There's like
Yeah. Intervention seems about right. You literally can't leave a bunch of kids stranded in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and expect them to do things adult would rationally do just to survive. You really can't. Honestly, if you think you can just strand a kid with one host, one cameraman, and then just leave and let them like manipulate the cameras, two things are gonna happen. One, they're gonna fucking die of dehydration. You're gonna return and 40 kids would have turned into 20. 20 would have cannibalized the other 20. And 2, the monitoring equipment would have been gone. It would have been straight fucked up. You can't expect anything like right. Everything that's supposed to go wrong will go wrong.
cameramen everywhere.
So, what did your parents think of this whole thing?
I mean, so in the beginning they were all for it because it sounds like a a cool adventure. Like, oh, he's gonna go out. Like it sounded like a little bit more extreme summer camp. It was a lot worse. But when I came back, they were like, my mom was very glad that I came home because she didn't realize how much she would like miss me after
Right.
having to like leave her child in New Mexico and go back to New Hampshire.
And how long were you there from the time you got off the bus to the time you left?
So so I was at Bonanza City for 4 days.
4 days.
And then when I left, I think it was like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
I was in a hotel with one of like the PA. Do you call them PAs?
Production assistant.
Yeah. One of the PAs. I was just like in a hotel with it. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, that sounds. I was gonna say that sounds.
Was he?
We were too
You know, was he hands off? Did he let you do what you wanted?
It's very nice. No.
Okay.
It was 2 different hotel rooms. He was just like, maybe brought me to like the mall. And we were having a fun time.
That's fucking creepy.
Hands off
No.
or hands off?
Very hands off.
Okay. So has this like followed you? Did
fucking creepy.
Schoolmates find out about this and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I was the only kid from New Hampshire on it, so like it was talk of the town.
Right.
Yeah, it aired in my 4th grade. Everyone was like fine with it. And then I think as we got older and we got into that prepubescent like.
No. You and I, everyone, me and my Hadizens all know that kids are fucking assholes. It sounds horrible, and I'm sorry to those who like kids, but it's the truth. They're fucking assholes. They will say some of the most fucked up shit to other kids, and if they knew you as the kid who quit first on a TV show, you know there was some massive fucking shit talking going on. Like, I know for sure that they said some shit about him, like quitting. They probably called him a pussy or something like that. Like, hey, you little bitch, did you just quit on the first day? He's probably gonna explain it to them like, no, it was actually like after 5 days. Nah, bullshit, it was 1 episode. You quit on the first episode. You're a pussy. Something like that. It's just kids are. Yeah, see?
Backlash. I don't understand. See, whenever I hear about this, like backlash from like, wouldn't you think people would be like, "Oh, that's Jimmy, the sick kid from Kid Nation"?
It was like, you're
you got put in the desert by producers. Like, what? Why would they make fun of you for that?
Because I left early and I cried, and they're like, I don't cry.
You were AIDS.
People don't cry. Apparently, I'm the only person that cries.
You were not the only in the episode that I watched.
There were like 2.
Play the clip.
Yeah.
Look at all them crying. Everyone cried. That's what I was gonna say. That's how I felt like I knew this was real. Like
I don't cry.
Break down eventually.
Like, motherfucker,
like,
it's a cold
that's what I remember,
desert.
that one scene where do you remember? There's a scene where you're just crying somewhere
in the back of a barn.
Did you really run away?
I actually did run away, and then the producers, or the Karen, found me like, "Hey Jimmy, can we film you?"
He did.
Fuck
That's what I said.
off.
Made fun
No.
of It's really what happened.
He came up.
He's just like, yeah, give me more of that.
Well, they asked, like, "Do you mind if we film you? Like, this will be pretty good." And I was like,
This will be
What the fuck?
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was like,
This will be good.
yeah.
Jimmy, I know you have no concept of anything. Your prefrontal cortex isn't even grown in yet. This is going to be great for ratings. Can you keep the waterworks coming?
I was like, whatever it takes.
Honestly,
Whatever it takes.
Because I joked about that, but I'm like, because my feeling was, you filming an 8-year-old crying, it's not fake.
No.
You can't be like Haley Joel Osment when you see him crying in AI or whatever.
Oh, he's a
when
good
he's
actor. That kid is an
You're
amazing
like,
actor.
okay, so he learned to cry. But when a kid's like, you're like, oh, jeez. I couldn't believe anybody could just sit there and be like, because like silently like.
Yeah, kind of heartless.
So was there a fallout from this? Was it like a lawsuit?
Kind of.
Anything?
I did not sue them, but they were sued a bunch of times. So kids drink bleach.
What the
heard of that.
fuck?
So
Glad you're here to tell me about it.
Did he just say that kids drank bleach? Oh my god. See, this is what I'm saying. Addisons, be honest with me. If you left a cup of clear bleach on a table and a cup of pure water, and you told a kid like, don't drink it, it's bleach, are you pretty sure that he's not gonna drink it? Because one of them is water. Like, there's a 50% chance the one is water, and the kid doesn't know any better. He's gonna drink it because he's fucking thirsty. And now you're telling me that they put an assembly of kids, like 40 kids in a desert, with chemicals that they don't know how to fucking manipulate, and one of them confused a cup of bleach. How the fuck do you confuse a cup of bleach with water? Like, how the fuck do you confuse it? It smells horribly, like, strong. The scent smells like fucking cum. It's honestly. I'm sorry. Yeah. But it's true. There's some bleaches that smell like fucking dry cum. It smells horrible. It smells like fucking pool. It smells. It's nasty. And you're telling me that some kid grabbed the cup, like pulled it up to put it to his nose and his mouth, and he didn't sniff and say, "What the fuck? This water smells weird." Oh my god. People are stupid.
So you want to tell us about the bleach?
Yeah. So I was not there for that part, but
The adults, not the kids.
Kids don't know how to clean things very well. So they're like, this is dirty glass. Bleach.
You mean they wash the glass
They instead of washing it with soap and water or just hot water, they
that
used
explains
bleach
it.
to clean it.
and then drank from it?
And then they didn't wash it out very well. Next glass.
Did they get sick? Did they get
The
sick?
ambulance came.
Oh my god!
Oh,
But like, was it like a real
fuck.
reaction from drinking bleach,
Yeah.
or was it a preventative ambulance?
I mean, there's no way you feel good after drinking bleach.
Wow.
Another girl got burnt, like got really.
Burnt?
I don't know how bad, but she had oil burns when she
She
was
still have her
cooking.
face?
Probably, hopefully, maybe.
Well,
probably not.
you haven't seen it, so maybe it's
Yeah,
not bad. Wait, no. So she got burned how?
She was cooking, and again, kids don't know how to cook, so they're like, I need at least 3 cups of oil in this pan.
Oh, and
so
it like sizzled out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not deep frying it. They just were trying to cook it like
Oh
sizzled
my
out.
God.
And I think pretty sure they got sued for that.
They-
Those are the only 2 I know.
Because
of.
I've never heard of it, and when you try to buy this thing online, there's one clip of this show online. Everywhere that it's listed, you can't buy it. It's not for sale. I assume the lawsuits.
Yeah.
They try to bury
I
this
tried
thing.
finding
yeah,
it too.
I think so
It's
too,
not
but
there.
They gave all of the
Wikipedia is there,
at least me.
but
I shouldn't speak
the
for
rest
everyone.
isn't.
They gave me a DVD of every episode, so I have all of them.
Okay, was there really one bathroom only?
You could
Yes,
sell that shit
well,
for a lot of money.
For the guys, no, because I peed behind almost
Wherever you
every
wanted.
barn. Yeah, I peed wherever I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so was there really just one outhouse for 40 kids?
Yeah, so it was actually right outside my room. And the funny thing was, if I woke up, there was a line of like 20 kids waiting to use the outhouse. And I didn't like
So that's really real.
that was really real.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, 40 kids?
Yeah.
40 kids, one outhouse? There's gonna be a line. The math shows the line.
That's the. Oh my god! Just he said it's outside of his room. Like, can you basically imagine just waking up every single day, and the first thing you smell is the fucking shit from the outhouse. That's the first thing you smell, and he basically just confirmed it. They pissed and shit everywhere before that thing was even installed. How the fuck do you even? Oh, that's so nasty. I can't even begin to believe the fact that what he said, he peed everywhere. Well, yeah, they're in the middle of a bumfuck nowhere. Of course he's gonna use the bathroom everywhere. Ugh. So amazing how adults can be so fucking stupid and make a show like this. They pitched a show where basically kids had to contend against each other. And yeah, like there's no bathroom yet, but we can install one. And it's right out of this
And
poor
there
guy's
was
room.
20 kids waiting for the one outhouse.
That's why I peed outside for the most part.
Jimmy, see, you really were the smartest one.
Yeah, and then I also
Girls have a bit of a problem with that. Just kidding. How does a girl pee on the outside?
Oh my god, no.
On the side of the house? I didn't mean to spray you there. I gotta ask one more time. There was no other way to relieve oneself.
no, and I did not defecate while I
You
was
didn't?
there.
Jimmy, you didn't drop the kid. Your parents dropped their kids off, but you didn't drop your kids off at any pool.
I saw the outhouse. I saw a girl come out. I went in, and I just saw a lot of poop, and I was like, I can't do
saw
this.
a lot of poop.
It's like,
You
God,
just-
Well, yeah,
You
it's
did
an
not go.
outhouse.
You saw the scene. You saw the crime scene. You tried to.
Okay, so outhouses are disgusting. They're fucking nasty. I hate using them. I understand him. I would basically not ever use an outhouse whenever I had to go, and when I saw one, I would just hold it in completely. Like my stomach felt like it was gonna burst. But there were like 4 instances in my life where that has happened, and I've entered an outhouse thinking, maybe this time it'll be different. Maybe there are people from sanitation who take care of it, who clean it. They don't. They fucking don't. My terrible advice would be just fucking hold it in or find a private place to pee. If it's pee, honestly. Because it's nasty. It's so fucking gross. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but my idea is that when I'm going to the bathroom in an outhouse and I use it, seeing all that waste there makes me feel like I'm going to get dirty myself. That's what it makes me feel. Well, I don't know if I'm the only one, right? But to me, it makes me feel like it's gross. Like I'm gonna get dirty.
To bleach it from your mind, not literally this time. Wait, so can you just expand on the statement? I saw a lot of poop.
I was afraid that if I sat down, it would go in me.
I understand that
And you
feeling.
get
I
more
understand
of
that.
it there.
And I didn't want that to happen.
God
so I was
knows
like,
you have enough boiling up inside.
and so I was like, I can't do
You
this.
don't need an insertion.
Now I look back, I don't know who would ever empty it. So like it would literally just pile up.
So nobody emptied it.
I don't think so, because when I went in, it was kind of a tower.
It was a tower.
I-
I was wondering, like, if this really was.
That's no, 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 no. Okay, okay, no. Hell to the fuck no. I could not. This is what I mean when I say that outhouses are nasty, 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 nasty. They don't tend to them. They don't clean them. They don't even fucking like spray any disinfectant on them. And oh, they let it pile. Kids shat in an outhouse and it piled up. You know what? That like risk of your ass rupturing is pretty worth it, honestly.
So they genuinely were like, do you want to watch cartoons, kids? Or would you like to have sanitation? Did you guys take showers?
So for the first 3 days, we did not take a shower. But after our big like event, when it had like all the colored water all over us, then we took a shower for like.
Where were those showers?
They had them in like little trailers.
So they could have brought you more porta potties.
Yes.
They just didn't wanna.
Yes.
They wanted to torture you on purpose.
Yes.
Did Jonathan Karsh have his own bathroom?
I think he had his own trailer. I'm pretty sure he had a nice luxury
Well,
bed.
duh.
I gotta,
He's the
I gotta ask
host.
you about Jonathan Karsh. Mm-hmm. It's a creepy, strange alien lizard man, isn't he?
I think he was.
You think he was a reptilioid? Because whenever he was talking to you guys, he was very direct. He was just like, "You are looking like easy pickings down there."
He looked
Yeah,
like
would repeat the
he
same
sounded
lines
like
over
a
and over again 'cause it would
text-to-speech
be like,
chat.
oh, that take wasn't
like
good
bot.
enough. So he was
Really?
very robotic. He'd be like, "In
Yeah,
our
yeah,
towns,
he was.
Objective is this," and then they'd be like, "Okay," and say it again. Then he would say, "In our towns, objective." So he would repeat things over and over again. So we were really like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
He
We were just
sounded
like,
so
"Oh,
stiff.
This guy like
Like when you know that something is so
It
forced.
always kind of looked like he was talking at you, not really to you.
Oh, he definitely was. I mean, also like when I left, he just like towered over me. He was just like looking down. He was like, "Bye, bitch."
That's how there's a few things, because we do media. We know certain tricks of the trade, and I noticed certain things that were like you could not fake. Like you were looking up at this towering man, like you were giving him this kind of look, and I'm like, my God, Jimmy's truly like in awe, because normally like at that age, adults talk to you kind of in a different way.
They maybe get down to your level and try to have a conversation.
That's true. So when I was in like psychology, when I was studying it, basically I had a chance to like perform a test on a kid, and what they taught us was basically, so if you want him to communicate with you, you have to get on. It's a real thing. You have to get on their level. You have to communicate with them in a way that it'll make them easy to understand you, and that you'll garner their like attention, their like complete total like confidence in you. And that guy talked to them so robotically, like so stiffly. His eyes were so like intense, like, oh, I just want to get this fucking over with. I want to go home. I want to go into my trailer and just jack off. That's his face. Like, you know, that guy was wanking every single night. There's no way he wasn't.
Yeah.
Nah,
But he's just like,
power figure.
well, I guess you're leaving, little boy. The door is that way. It was weird. I really thought it was weird. Were you creeped out by him?
He was like that though.
I didn't feel safe around him. I'll say that.
You got it from the source. He didn't feel safe around Jay Karsh, the king. I don't know if you saw him. Give me that. We put him right. That's where he was in the feudal economy. He was right there. He was king. Jay Karsh. I call him Jay Karsh. What did you guys call him?
I didn't know his name.
You know what I'm saying? That man, that specter that shows up
Yeah.
and taunts me with stars. So they didn't tell you about the star until you didn't know about it until you left.
I think I knew about it like on the flight home, because when I went in, I was my mom alluded to the idea like, oh, maybe you'll be able to win money. So they might have told her. I'm gonna confront her about that.
How'd you feel when you found out you lost a chance at the star without even knowing?
I was a little bit pissed. I was like,
You were.
they didn't
Well,
tell
yeah,
me.
it's
I don't know if that would have kept me around, but it certainly would have had a fact. It would have had a.
yeah. So if you have like an enticing, motivated like factor like that, you totally would stay in like the show. You would have fought harder to stay, or you would have resisted a bit much. Me personally, because of how I am, there is no amount of fucking money in this world that would make me want to literally go out into the middle of fucking nowhere where it's hot, where I'm sweating, and where I'm fucking gonna die of dehydration, and where there's this weird guy looking down on me with wide open eyes, talking in such a stiff manner. No, hell no. Hell to the fuck no. I'm staying right fucking here in my wonderland.
Push to make me stay.
We wondered that because you walked out and then he's like, all right, here it is.
Yeah, I didn't know until like a few days later. I was like, what
I'll
the
be
fuck?
making my top hats in
Do you
private.
know what
Thank you
happened
very
to
much.
Jared 3 years before that day?
Today has been the worst day in.
Oh yeah,
years.
the 3 years kid.
I've been wondering that myself because I'm worried for him. I don't know what happened 3 years ago.
Something really bad happened
Something
to
really
him.
bad happened to him.
Yeah.
And I'm scared.
So you said you were on the news about it?
Kids are weirdly specific
So
sometimes.
I went on when I was 8, but it aired a year later. And so I was on the news, like, or there were like some fucking news channel, like around the time it was aired, and they were like, oh, we feel bad. You missed out on your chance to win a gold star, so we got you one for the studio. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get money. Oh, I was like, look at this. I was like, wow.
That one's rounded. It's not even. Doesn't
They
even
gave
look
him
like
a
It's also a paperweight that I
No
accidentally broke.
fucking
Oh, it's a
way.
paperweight.
No way.
Enraged that people keep screwing me over. I'm just a little boy.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, this is probably worth,
Nah, that's you know what? I was gonna say like that's a spit in the face, but it's really not though. You lasted for about what? You lasted the 5 days, but even so, like some monetary like prize would have been good to keep my mouth shut from saying, yeah, they abused the fuck out of me in the desert. I would have been that kid who would have been like, yeah, they fucking abused me. they did things no man should do. They threw me in a well and they made me see the abyss, and the abyss stared back at me. This is what I am now. No, that's at least you got a memory though. A shitty memory, but it's a memory all the
I can see
same.
that at least. You could probably get it for $5.99 on Amazon. Maybe not these days. That doesn't even look like the same kind of star.
Can you? Can you? Let me see. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh no, forget it. Fuck it. It's too expensive. Forget it. Yeah, no. No.
yeah, it's kind of small.
So what are you up to these days? What have you gotten up to?
I'm going out to medical school in the fall.
Medical school. He's going to save lives. See, that's what happens to people who go through traumatic life events.
Yeah,
So you're going to
it's
medical
true.
school for what field?
I'm not sure yet.
I was gonna either fuck
I'm
them up
thinking,
or
like,
save them.
oncology
One or
right now,
two.
but, I mean, it's probably gonna change.
Oncology. What's oncology?
Cancer.
Yeah,
Okay, I
he
don't
kept
ever
real
do this.
quiet there.
I don't ever do this. I'm gonna pretend I knew what oncology was because I don't want to look that dumb. I know what most fields are. I didn't know the cancer field is called oncology.
It's a weird name. It's a really weird name.
Yeah. So Jimmy, what field are you going into?
Right now, I think I'm gonna go into oncology.
Oncology. For all those of you who don't know,
fucking-
that's the cancer one.
They kept it in. Fucking asshole editor of his. They kept it in. He asked them to edit it out, and the editor kept it in. He didn't care. He literally kept it in. Nice. I wish one day if I have an editor, he'll do shit like that in good fun.
Say it right.
Yeah, he didn't say it
I
right.
knew that.
He screwed it up.
I didn't ask off screen. So you should all feel stupid out there for not knowing that. Okay, So yeah, you're going into the field for like research or actual surgery or what kind of?
I'm thinking like
He avoided saying the word.
probably both, like research and like clinical work, like working with patients.
Nice, brilliant. Well, Jimmy, you seem like you're a real nice, cool guy. Has anyone ever described you that way? Told you that?
No.
That's kind of fucking sad. That's fucking sad.
People are nice to me.
Well, Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on.
No,
But before you leave,
that quick no.
we've got a little something for you. We wanted to right this wrong, okay? And we wanted to finally give you that star we feel you deserved. That's right. Bring it out, boys.
No. Ah, his face. His fucking face.
There we go. Sorry, that's the best we can do. We're out of magenta on the printer. We can't go out and get any. Everything's closed. So here you go, Jimmy. How do you feel? There
What?
it is. That QR code. You just scan
You
that.
fucking asshole.
No drink though. I'm sorry. Let me disinfect that for handing it over to you.
No, stop. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Gotta be a bit thorough there.
That part has to be
Alright.
scripted, though.
There it is for the big guy. How do you feel, Jimmy?
Complete.
You get
Completely
you
disappointed.
scan that code. One free Big Mac. No drink though. I'm sorry. We got to work with the times where. Yeah, hold that up. Wow.
His face, his smile dropped. His face, his smile isn't reaching his eyes. Look. Oh my god. His poor face, his eyes, they're not smiling. His eyes are not smiling. His mouth is, but his eyes aren't. And the way he's gripping it too. His smile dropped as soon as he saw the printer turn on. Oh, poor Jimmy. He got fucked over.
All right, Jimmy. It's been an absolute pleasure
Oh, it
having
hurts
you
to
on.
laugh.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
He's
John.
not coming back. Fuck him.
Sure, man.
Oh my
I don't
god.
tell. I'm not an interviewer. So I just have one final question for you.
It's so fucking awkward.
What do you regret more, Kid Nation or JonTron?
This has been a pretty shitty experience.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm gonna kill you for this.
Okay. That was pretty what's the word? Man, that was fucking funny as hell. This guy is funny but in an awkward way. I don't know if you understand me, like when he's like the type of guy who puts his foot in his mouth for shit, or that can just like all of a sudden he's like that friend that says something funny and all of a sudden like, the fuck you laughing at? Or yeah, it's not funny anymore, shut the fuck up. He's that kind of friend. He's funny in his own like awkward, unique kind of way. I like that because I can relate to that type of humor. He's pretty funny though. Okay, so there you had it. That was the interview with Jimmy from Kid Nation, the kid in the stupid show where they placed like 40 kids in this not death match but death match.